Hey kids, good to see you again. Glad you're back for another magic show from the Blue Zucchinni here at your Mesa County Public Library. And I hope you spent this last week reading. I gave you that homework last time, asked you guys to read some books while you were waiting for the second show. I brought along a couple books today. I've got the Magic Handbook and Mental Magic and Tricks Anyone Can Do, just a few books that I have in my library at home. And I know over here at our public library next door, you guys can totally get books on magic or books on just about anything that you could possibly be interested in. So I want to remember that you guys should be encouraged to read, read, read. That's what we need to do, you guys. Get those books and read those books. Boy, I'll tell you, there's some lights in here today. They're getting me kind of warm. I'm glad I brought my air conditioner to cool me off just a little bit here. I'm just going to take a second and cool myself off if you guys will bear with me here. Okay, whew, all right, you ready? Oh, I feel so much better. Thank you for giving me that time to do that. What? You say you're kind of warm out there too? You want me to cool you off? Leo, Lily, Rowan, you guys need a little cool down here? Okay, all right. You ready for it? Okay, here it goes. Oh, how do you feel? Are you better? Are you cooler? Are you cool? All right, good. I'm cool too. So I want to show you something. I can take my air conditioner right here and I can now magically transform it into a balloon. Thank you everyone. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yes, thank you for that. And I brought along something today that a balloon is not a big fan of, something very, very sharp here. So we're going to introduce a sharp object to a balloon here in just a second. But I don't know, I'm going to first of all see if maybe I can make this balloon have a little more personality here. I'm going to see if I can give this balloon some personality. So I'm going to give my balloon, what shall we call him? So shall we call her Sally? I think we'll call her Sally. Okay, I'm going to give Sally some eyes because I know Sally has eyes. So she has two eyes. I think most of us do. And let's give her some pupils so that she can see what's going on right here. All right, there we go. Hey, she's looking a little cross-eyed there, I think. But, all right, we'll give her a nose so she can breathe and a nice big smile because she's at a magic show down at the public library today. We better give her a couple teeth. Sally's got at least a couple teeth here. All right, that's looking pretty good so far. She probably needs some hair. So we'll give her a little bit of hair, maybe an ear on each side so she can hear what's going on at the show today. And just in case that you don't know who this is, I'm going to write her name down here at the bottom. What do you think, Sally? It's like looking in a mirror. Pretty good, huh? I kind of came with this little bit of a headache today. I feel like I sort of have a needle through my head or something. I don't know, but I brought along this sharp thing to see if I could put it through Sally's head today, too. What? You say that doesn't look sharp, Leah?
Nope.
Rachel, you don't think that's sharp? Oh, well, maybe I need something that's just a little bit sharper. Now, does that appear to be sharper to you guys?
Yeah.
It does. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that needle and I'm going to introduce it to Sally's face. Are you ready, everybody?
Yeah.
Get ready. Oh, what are y'all plugging your ears for? Do you have loud air conditioners around your house that clang and bang all the time? Oh, you think that I'm not going to be able to take a needle and put it through Sally's head, huh? Well, let's see. I might be able to, actually, if I do it just right. And Sally says that she likes that, but it does feel a little bit like she's got a headache because, you know, having a needle through your head just kind of hurts. But what happens with a needle when you usually put it in a balloon? No. Well, that's what happens. Thank you, everyone. You say you want to hear some more magic? You want to see some more magic today? Well, you're lucky because I just so happened to bring some for you. Let's see, what shall we do next? Let's try a little card trick. I think maybe we should see a card trick today. So this is a trick that I'll do for you. I have a deck of cards right here. You can see that there's all kinds of cards in there. We've got jacks and kings and aces and twos and sevens and all kinds of different numbers. Lots of possibilities that we can have. And well, what we're going to do is just take this deck and we'll just cut it somewhere. We'll cut it like maybe to the 9 of spades right there, so that now we have on that deck right there the 9 of spades. Now I want to see what happens if we have the 9 of spades here. Let's take a look and see what happened to that deck. What? Okay, hold on now. How did you do that? That's pretty good. All of those cards have turned into the 9 of spades, but if you don't want the 9 of spades, just wipe that card right off the top, and when you're done, you can show everybody that really all you have is just a regular deck of cards. Yeah, how'd you manage to get the 9 of spades in there, you guys? I think you're magic. Thank you. Time for another trick? I think so. I'm going to stand right back here to do this one. I have with me here an old famous magic trick called the cups and balls. And what I have is 3 copper cups and 3 little balls that go into those cups. Now what I can do with these, if everything's working just right, is that I can take a cup and put it over, let's say that ball right there, and I'm going to put a cup on top of that, and then I'm going to put a ball up there, and just lay that, let's see, I think I'll go ahead and lay that down right there, and just give it a little tap. See if it worked. Ah, it did. We've got 1, 2 balls that both went through. Now let's put both of those here, and we'll put a cup, right there, another cup here. Let's see if we can, we better make a tap that we can hear. Didn't think it worked? Let's take a look and see. Oh, they're stuck in there. Come on out of there, you guys. I know you're in there. There we go. That did go through. All right, that's pretty good. Well, let's see if we can do this again here. Let's take this cup and put it over that ball right there. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to tap on that once. See if I can slide it across right over to there. Hey, pretty good. Let's see if we can do that again. I'm going to put those 2 right there. Put this right here. Tap that right there. Slide it across just like that. They're all 3 right there. That's the cups and balls, everybody. Thank you. Alrighty now, you guys, we're going to do one more small one here, and then we'll get into a couple more big tricks that I have for you today. So there's a ghost that lives inside of this scarf right here. His name is Hiram. Can you all say hi to Hiram? Hi, Hiram. Nice to see you. Glad you came today. Sometimes he doesn't come. Sometimes he's a little shy when there's a big audience, and he's a little bit afraid to come out here and perform. But if you guys are nice to him, he might come and do a little performing for you, because what I can do usually is to ask Hiram to rise up from the table, and if he comes up off of the table, you guys let me know, okay? Hiram, rise up off the table now. Rise up. No, he's not going to do it, you guys. I just don't think that he's feeling safe here. There's so many people out there watching him now. Hiram, are you in there? Are you going to go ahead and rise up for the kids? Come on now. Rise off the table. He's just not going to do it, you guys. He's afraid. There's so many people out there watching that he's just a little bit afraid to come up off of the table. Hiram, come on. These guys are expecting a magic show today. You've got to do it. Here, Hiram, rise up. Rise. He won't come up, you guys. I don't know what to do. He just won't come up off that table. Sometimes if you ask him really nicely, he'll even jump for you. You say, Hiram, jump. Jump, Hiram. He won't do it. Hiram, jump. Nope, he won't do it. Hiram, jump. Please jump. Oh, Hiram, come on, you guys. This whole audience is out here watching you. You've got to do it for me. Are you ready? All right, 1, 2, 3, jump. I'm sorry, you guys. He just won't do it. But thanks for watching him anyway. I'm going to see. I'm getting kind of warm here. I'm going to see if I can. I got to get that off. It's just too hot inside of there. I can't do that anymore. But I brought along another trick for you guys to see today. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to see if I can make my head disappear right before your very eyes. The Blue Zucchinni's head is going to disappear. Are you ready? Okay, watch, because this is going to be amazing. Take a look what happens. My head will disappear right before your very eyes. Here it goes. It's gone! My head has disappeared! And you no longer have a head on your magician. Now, I want you guys to raise your hands if you want my head to be on my shoulders when I take this bag back off. Hey, what? Are you raising your hands? I want my head to be back on my shoulders when I take this bag back off. I'm going to count to 3, and I'm going to see if my head is there. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's back. I was afraid there for a couple seconds that my head had disappeared altogether. Now, when I was in there, I didn't see anything, but that's because my head disappeared and I didn't have any eyes, and therefore I couldn't see. But when I was in there, I didn't notice that there was it didn't seem like there was anything inside of there. It was just an empty black bag when I was in there. But now that I look down in here, I'm seeing that there seems to be a cup inside of this bag here. And let's look for a second here. That I seem to have a little friend inside of this bag right here. He's been in there for a while. Oh, Rocky, I haven't seen you forever. It's so good to see you. I'm glad that you're back. Oh, it's so good to see you. Are you ready to perform another magic trick for these guys? You're not? What do you mean you're not? You say it's been a long time since the last magic show? And that I haven't fed you since the last magic show? And that you absolutely will not perform unless I feed you first. Well, okay, you guys will have to just hold on here a couple seconds. I'm going to give Rocky a little snack. He seems to be kind of feeling... Oh! Oh my! Oh! Oh! Ah! Ah! Oh! Oh! 1, 2, 3, 4! Oh, 5. Thought he took my pinky right off of my left hand there, you guys. Whoo! Now, Rocky, were you terribly impressed with my magic trick that I did where I made my head disappear right before the audience's very eyes? You weren't? What do you mean you weren't? You say that's not really all that impressive? You say that all that I did was to put the bag over my head? What do you mean? What do you mean that's all that I did? It's all that he said. All right. Well, what can you do that's better than that? There is no way. You cannot do that. That's just not possible. He says, not so bad. I was able to put the bag over my head and make my head seem like it disappeared, but Rocky thinks that he can make all of you guys disappear right before his very eyes. Now that would be amazing. He's going to see if he can make every single one of you guys out in the audience disappear right before his very eyes. But I'm going to need to have you help him out a little bit. What I'm going to need you to do is to count to 3, and that's when he's going to make you disappear. Are you ready to count, everybody? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, God. He's made you all disappear right before his very eyes. He doesn't see any of you. You guys are all disappeared. That's pretty impressive. Wow, good trick. I like that. Now, he thinks that maybe to finish this off, he should make you all come back so that you can watch the last couple of tricks today. Would you guys like for him to come back? You do? Okay, well, let's make sure he comes back. Leah and Rachel are both raising their hand. Make him come back, make him come back. We want him to come back. Okay, all right, he's coming back now. You guys, first of all, what we gotta do is we gotta figure out how to count down from 3 to 1, okay? We're gonna count to 3 backwards, all right? Are you ready to do that? Back down from 3, backwards, all right? Are you ready? So that's gonna start with 3, 2, 1, 0. No, because we're counting to 3 backwards. Who has an idea for how to count to 3 backwards? You do? Rowan, what's your idea? Oh, we could count 5, 4, 3. That's a good idea. I like that idea. That's good math thinking. I like it. Let's do it. Everybody in the audience, help me out. We're going to count to 3 backwards. Here we go. 5, 4, 3. And you're back. He's made you all come back so that you can see the rest of the show. That's Rocky, everybody. Say hi and say bye, because we're going to put him back into his house right here. I'm going to tuck him back down inside. Put him in there. Yep, you stay in there. I promise I'll feed you before the next magic show, buddy. I really apologize for that. Would you like your cup down there? Shall I put a few oats in there for you till next time? All right, we'll put that down in there too so that he's got a little something to snicky snack on later. Okay, now, if you guys can help me by saying a good magic word over the top of this bag here. Do you know a good magic word? Lily, you like hocus pocus? That's a good one. I like that too. Okay, let's go with hocus pocus. And what happens is that Rocky has disappeared and gone back into that world of, where the heck is that guy? That's Rocky, everyone. Thank you. Well, we have a couple of more tricks for you here on this week's edition of the Blue Zucchinni's Magic Carpet Ride down here at the Mesa County Public Library. I'm so glad that all of you guys came back to see another show, and I want to thank the library for inviting me to come down and help to entertain those kids out there. And I want you guys all to remember for the rest of your summer, keep reading. I know those of you that have been involved in the summer reading program have been doing a great job reading lots of books. It's not too late, and don't forget that when the summer reading program's over, you should keep reading after that as well. Reading is a good thing, it's important, and it's going to be something that you value for the rest of your life. So there you go. That's my commercial. I got a little trick right here. I've got a couple bunnies that live inside of these hutches right here. I want to introduce you to them. Inside of this hutch, we have a little friend, and inside of this hutch, we have another little friend. So I have 2 bunnies, and they each live inside of this little hutch right here. I'm going to put the hutch over the top of this bunny, and then come over and put it over the top of that one. Now here's where the magic begins. what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them trade places. I'm going to have the bunny that lived in this hutch jump over here, and the one that lived over here jump back over here. And you watch, this is how it works. A little tap on the top, a little abracadabra and some magic fairy dust over there. With a clap of my hands, these bunnies will magically jump from one hutch to the other. You watch, it's going to be amazing. You're going to really like this. Take a look what happened now. This bunny, hey, he used to live over here. And this bunny, well, look at that. They've traded places. That's amazing. Both of them have gone to the opposite side. All right, now we have the wrong spots here, so let's put them back in their regular hutches. So that one goes down there, and this one goes down here. We're going to see if we can get them to go back home where they belong. I'm going to tap right here, a little bit of magic fairy dust and an abracadabra and a clap, and we're going to see if maybe they'll jump again. I don't know. You guys think they might? Let's take a look and see if they did. Did they do it? Have they jumped back home again? Well, look, he's back in his regular house, and so is he. Good job. All right, that's amazing. Oh, you want to see it again? Okay, all right, I'll show it to you again. All right, let's put this guy back in his hutch. This is his regular house here that he lives in, and we'll put him over here. All right, we're going to go ahead and just do a little tap on the top of each of those, sprinkle a little magic fairy dust, clap my hands, and with an abracadabra, they're going to secretly jump to the opposite spot. Let's see if it worked here. I think maybe it has. Let's see. All right, so let's take that off, and yep, sure enough, he's back over there in that wrong house, back over there in that wrong hutch. They've jumped back again. This is amazing. How are those bunnies doing that? I don't even know how they do it. Well, okay, all right. I'll do it again to show you here. You watch. I'm going to put this one down here. I'm going to put this one down right here. Okay, so now they're down inside of there. We're going to give a little tap, a little magic fairy dust over the top, a little bit of a clap, and we're going to see if maybe we can make them jump one more time back to their regular spot here. Let's take a look and see if it worked. Okay, all right, so that one, he jumped back home where he belongs. And this one, he's jumped back home where he belongs. Okay, what? Lily, you want me to turn around? Oh, okay, all right, I'll turn around. No, that's not what you meant?
Nope.
No? Leo, you want me to turn around the other way? All right. Oh, you want me to turn the bunnies around? I misunderstood. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. So Rowan, you want me to turn this bunny around first? Like that? Is that right? I'm turning it. No, that's not what you guys meant? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't understand what you wanted me to do. You wanted me to turn him around like that. Right. Thank you, everybody. Blue Zucchinni here with you. I've got one more trick for you today. All right, kids, it's time for one more trick. And I want to thank the people down here at the Mesa County Public Library for inviting me to come down and do these magic shows with them so that you kids out there can enjoy a little bit of fun this summer. And I want to keep reminding you that you got to keep reading, get involved in that summer reading program. It's not too late. It's going on a little while longer. And then after that, yeah, keep reading some more. Speaking of reading, I thought maybe for the last trick I might read you a little story here. So I brought along a story today. It goes like this. This is a story of good versus evil. A long time ago in far-off Persia, there lived an evil sorceress named Karen. She was frequently upset with people in our world, and she wanted to do something to punish them for no apparent reason. With her magical powers, she was able to take away 3 very important things that the people really needed. She gathered up sand from the beaches of Persia and magically transformed it for her evil purposes. The first grains of sand she turned green. She did this by taking all of the green from the grass and the trees and the plants away from the people. The sand in this bag represents that transformation. The people were sad that the green of spring and summer and even the evergreens of the fall and the winter were gone. I'm going to place the green sand inside of this vessel here. The green for the trees and the plants. Next, she took away the sunlight. No longer could the people see in the daytime or even at night because the sun could not be reflected off of the moon. The yellow sand here was for the sunlight, and Karen hid that power of light in the sand. The world began to become a very cold and dark place indeed. Here we have the yellow sand representing the sunlight, which will go into this vessel right here. Finally, she was determined to take away the life's blood of all mankind. Without that, no one could survive. This red sand held the power of life, and the people were concerned that life itself might no longer exist. To make things even worse, she found the deepest and the darkest cave where she could hide these valuable and magical sands. She filled a pot of water, and just to be sure, she took a handful of each of the sands and mixed them all together, green and yellow and red. She left them hidden where she thought that nobody could find them. We'll pour the red sand, the life's blood of all mankind, into this third vessel right here. Now, the evil Karen took this pot and she placed some water inside because she wanted to make sure that the sand couldn't possibly be found. So she took a handful of the green sand from the vessel and she placed that sand down inside of the pot of water. And then she reached into the yellow to grab a handful of that sunlight, and she placed that sand down again into that pot of water. And one last vessel down here containing, of course, the life's blood of all mankind, of which she took a handful and she placed it inside of the vessel of water. And then, to be sure that they were thoroughly mixed, she reached inside and she stirred the waters together. All of the sands were mixed at this point. Now, in this world, there lived a little boy named Wesley. He was the nicest boy that you could ever know, and no one suspected that he too was graced with magical powers. Wesley decided that he needed to do something in order to save the world. He searched high and low, and finally he found the cave where Karen had hidden the magical Persian sands. With his trusty maglite, he found the water where the evil sorceress had mixed the magical sands together. He reached into the water and he pulled out a handful of sand. Wesley said, "To the people of the world, I now return to you the powder of life, the life's blood of all mankind." And he gave back the magical powers of the red sands to the people who once again could come to life. Outside of the cave, all of the people rejoiced. And then he reached back into the container of water and said, "To the people of the world, I now return to you the power of sunlight." And he grabbed some sand from the bottom of the container and returned back to the people the sunlight. He placed the yellow sand in the container, and outside of the cave, the people cried out in happiness. And once again, they were able to see. And finally, he reached for the last time, and he pulled from the container one last handful of sand, and he said to the people, "I give you back the green that you value." Once again, the people were astounded to see that Wesley was able to return the powers of the green and get all of the plants and the life and the trees back where they belonged. The evil Karen was transformed by Wesley into a toad, and well, you can be sure that no prince ever kissed her. The moral of this story: don't be a Karen, be a Wesley. You rock, Wesley. Thank you, everyone.